The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion hides many secrets and features, and there's a few things that are easy to miss or overlook when you're first starting out on your adventure. With the new release of Oblivion Remastered, we've decided to compile the 7 things it doesn't tell you.
I had a feeling you'd catch on sooner or later.
Increasing any of your skills will give you experience points that you can then use to level up once you go to sleep, which is a great way to become stronger as you increase your health, stamina, magicka, and other attributes. Major skills that you select during character creation will give you more experience than the minor skills, but it all contributes to your level. Unfortunately, enemies in Oblivion have a nasty habit of leveling alongside you, and while this allows the foes you face to always provide a challenge, it does present a problem if you aren't focusing on certain skills. Since you're able to choose the skills that you improve toward your next level, it is possible to level up by increasing non-combat skills like athletics, acrobatics, mercantile, and others that won't help you defeat enemies. It's even possible to abuse certain skills by constantly jumping or casting basic spells to game up your leveling. But you'll soon find that leveling up without increasing your combat skills will put you at a major disadvantage against enemies who are also getting stronger alongside you. For this reason, be sure to vary up your skills, and don't rely on increasing any single one of them to level yourself up. Try making sure for every few non-combat major skills you improve, you're also making sure you improve direct combat skills like weapons, archery, or offensive magic. Fighting certain enemies can always hold a chance of you getting inflicted with certain types of diseases. Diseases aren't like poisons, and will lower specific attributes or skills until you can cure them with potions, spells, or by visiting certain shrines. The most notorious disease of all in this game can easily go overlooked if you aren't watching for it: porphyric hemophilia. This particular disease can only be transmitted when fighting vampires and their thralls, and if left unchecked, make Oblivion much more difficult. If porphyric hemophilia is not cured by normal means within 3 days, you will gain vampirism. At first this doesn't seem so bad, as you'll gain full resistance to any other diseases and paralysis, and you will start to gain a few extra bonuses. But after a few days, even stepping out into the sunlight will burn you, and ordinary people will want nothing to do with you. Luckily, there is a way to cure vampirism if you allow it to take hold, but it does take a bit of work. So unless you really want to roleplay as a creature of the night, we recommend always having a potion of cure disease on hand and being extra careful when delving into vampire dens. The quest to cure vampirism itself is a fairly lengthy one, and will require you following several referrals that lead to Melisande in her farm south of Chaindenhall. Alternatively, you could find Deepscorn Hollow, which was added to the original game as DLC, at the southernmost edge of the map. Swim to the south of the island there, and while looking at the submerged tower, dive below the water and find the hideout entrance inside the hollow tree trunk. From here, enter the Deepscorn Cloister. Take a left and you will see the Font of Renewal. Now just take some Purge Stone crystals from the nearby deposits in the room, step into the water, and activate the font to cure your vampirism. It's easy to overlook, but in Oblivion's statistics menu, you can track the amount of fame and infamy your character has accumulated during your adventure. Though it never tells you outright, Oblivion is constantly checking your fame and infamy to affect several different things, including how most NPCs' starting disposition is towards you, the ability to start certain quest lines, whether or not you're able to purchase particular houses, and the ability to unlock the power of Heaven Stones.
I don't trust you enough to talk about that.
Gaining fame is pretty straightforward. Do main or side quests and you'll earn a lot of fame. However, you can also earn infamy by choosing some bad results during quests, or by advancing the Dark Brotherhood and Thieves Guild questlines. You'll also get more infamy the more you accumulate bounties. If your infamy exceeds your fame, you won't be able to make use of the Altars of the Nine Divines found in the various city chapels. Luckily, you can always increase your fame, or you can complete the Knights of the Nine pilgrimage to reset your infamy. As an added bonus, an item you gain at the end of the Thieves Guild can be worn to assume another identity, and any infamous acts done with this item equipped will attribute it to your separate identity, which won't affect your character's main identity when the item is unequipped. Perhaps it goes without saying, but generally you shouldn't be trying to commit crimes against anyone in a guild that you are a part of. Things like stealing and murder can be bad enough on their own, but if you're caught doing crimes against others in the Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, Thieves Guild, or Dark Brotherhood, you'll be suspended immediately.
You have been cast out for mistreating your fellow Thieves Guild members.
The good news is that you can earn your way back into these guilds, which is often done through a small task or price to pay. However, most guilds will only give you 3 chances. Get caught enough times, and you'll be expelled for good.
There will be no further leniency. Any more violations and you will be permanently expelled from the guild.
With your inventory being limited before you start to get over-encumbered, finding a place to stash all of your treasures is no easy task. While you can deposit items into any container, most containers, like barrels and chests, will replenish items over time and overwrite whatever you have deposited inside them. Instead, what you'll want to do is find containers that are classified as being able to permanently store items inside, and aren't in danger of being reset. The easiest way to find these is by simply buying a house in most of the main cities of Cyrodiil and purchasing a storage upgrade for it if necessary.
All I have available right now is a hovel on the waterfront.
Even the shack along the Imperial City waterfront has storage that you can use. Until you get enough money to buy your own house, however, try storing your items in one of these locations. Joffrey's chest in Waynham Priory is classified as a safe container, and after talking to him during the early main quest where he offers to make use of the chest, you can store anything you want inside. Complete the Zero Visibility side quest north of the Imperial City to gain a permanent free room at the Ayleswell Inn.
Talk to Dirham in the inn. I'm tired of this minstrel's freak show our town has turned into.
The chest of drawers in this room will now be owned by you, allowing you to store items here. Complete the Knights of the White Stallion quest in Leowyn to gain access to the White Stallion Lodge, where you will find that all containers can be used to store items. However, it's worth noting in here that your roommate, Mazoga the Orc, tends to get hungry and will grab food items from these chests and crates. Get it together, Mazoga. Whether you profess yourself to be a sneaky thief or not, anything owned by another citizen in Oblivion can be stolen if you grab an item marked in red. Once taken, the item will continue to have a red hand icon on it, and you'll soon find that every merchant across Cyrodiil can see that icon too, and will refuse to buy it from you. This can be annoying to deal with, whether you regularly steal items or not, but there are a few workarounds to disposing of stolen items. Simply by joining the Thieves Guild, you'll automatically unlock Ongar the World-Weary as a fence in the city of Bruma who will buy any stolen item from you. He only has 600 gold to work with at any given time, and by progressing your ranks through the Thieves Guild, you'll get access to more fences. If the stolen item is an unenchanted weapon or piece of armor, you can actually enchant that piece of gear to remove its stolen status. However, this only works once. And an easy way to get rid of stolen ingredients and food is to simply craft them into potions. Even if merchants can somehow know that you stole that carrot, they can't deduce that your potion of Restore Fatigue was made from stolen carrots. When trying to stock up on loot, the best rule of thumb is go for items worth more than their weight. A giant warhammer worth 20 gold is far less valuable than a small gem worth 5, because you can carry a lot more of them. This holds especially true when you factor in merchant prices, and even more true when it comes to pickpocketing. As a general rule, you're more likely to get caught pickpocketing the heavier an item is. Things like alchemy ingredients, keys, or a bit of gold are easier to steal with just a bit of skill, while trying to swipe an entire suit of armor from a sleeping guard is a much harder task. That said, it is technically possible to steal a guard's suit of armor, since they unequip their gear to wear plain clothes to bed. You'll just need to be extremely cautious and use every sneak bonus that you can get your hands on to pull it off. And those are 7 important things that Oblivion doesn't tell you. Hit up our ever-expanding wiki if you need help with Daedra, bandits, wildlife, or Nirn routes. And for everything else Elder Scrolls, you're already in the right place. IGN.